Hey Geminis, welcome to July 2018. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer so far. So already a card popped out, which is the Five of Pentacles. Not the best card. Not the best card to be worrying about this summer. This card is all about worrying about finances, worrying about changes to your finances, aka your personal power, disrupting the peace as well. So something coming into your life this month that is disrupting and kind of out of place. Geez, I'm so bad with words. Can't even think about it. Anyway, something coming in that is an exception to the rule coming into your life this month that is creating some changes, and it's alarming. It's very much alarming, and it's like every move that you make, every direction that you look, it's like an alarm bell going off. So a change coming in, new thought is needed, new frame of mind when it comes to this change and to this worry needs to be coming in, because your family and friends are there to support you. Your family and friends are definitely there when it comes to your financial power as well. They're able to kind of give you that space that you need. But what you haven't acknowledged, Gemini, is that you have a lot of opportunities. You have a lot of opportunities, but you just don't know what to do with them. You don't know what to let go of in order to create space for something new to begin in your life. You have no idea what to do. You just know that you're just going to keep doing what you're doing and hope for a change. But yeah, you've been giving out a lot. What you haven't acknowledged is there has been a shift. There's definitely been a shift, especially when it comes to your relationship with a water sign and also a fire sign. Okay, so we have a water sign who has a very emotional past, who's very nurturing. Like I'm seeing kind of like a belly on them that looks like pregnancy, but it's really just because they're more masculine energy. It's really just their nurturing aspect. So you'll see kind of that billowing, curves as a way to symbolize how nurturing they are. And then you have the King of Wands, who's very adaptable, but who I see some tension with. I'm seeing like fists, like either some sort of conflict or butting of heads with this fire sign. They're not being as adaptable as you would hope them to be, because Gemini is a very adaptable sign, so they're not adapting as well. So what your subconscious wants you to know, Gemini, is there is some fear of finances, fear of change when it comes to your financial situation. You need to acknowledge that a new frame of mind is needed, because family and friends are there to support you if you ever need help. You have a lot of opportunities, a lot of energy, but you're only focusing on this one aspect. You're only focusing on what you already have. You're not allowing changes to come in to your relationships and to your situation. You're just kind of sitting there. But a change needs to come. You need to make some sort of sacrifice in order to create the space for new beginnings. And you do that by giving out power, by giving away power easily, by allowing it to come in and out like the tides of the moon, especially when it comes to water sign and a fire sign. So if you're feeling scared about the changes that are happening this month, Gemini, what you can do is just give back, is give to the King of Cups, give to the King of Wands, give away some of your power, whatever that means for you, either emotional power, sexual power, intellectual power, financial power, whatever that means to you. Give away some of your power to the King of Cups and to the King of Wands, and you'll see some space created for you to make some positive shifts and to change your frame of mind, which will just make you feel emotionally content, okay? So let's see, Gemini. Yeah, so giving when it comes, giving like it's your responsibility. You'll be able to give more emotionally once you start to give more when it comes to the physical aspect of your life. Okay. Gemini, July 2018. So the theme of the reading is about a young water sign, okay? Which makes sense because in the Pisces reading, it was talking about an older air sign. So the Pisces reading is also talking about you as well. And now let's see what's going on. So we have the young water sign. We have the older water type feminine energy, the emotional feminine person that you were in a relationship with at one point, maybe still are. Them taking up a lot of your thoughts because of the past, because they're trapping you in the past in some way. Then we have King of Pentacles, so older emotional, earth type sign. So somebody who's really focused on their finances, and who's you've noticed has stepped on other people to get to where they are, which you've kind of turned a blind eye to because it's not your style at all. And then also a younger earth type sign, who's revealing a lot of strength, who's kind of been like the key to a lot of your strength as well, and who is surrounded by people who are growing with them and nourishing them in a way. And then also the fact that Gemini, when it comes to these relationships, and the thinking that you've been doing when it comes to these relationships, you haven't really been making any steps forward when it comes to them. You've been kind of just doing your same thing and not really moving forward, but they need you to step up. They need you to move on and make some changes and to move forward and to create something different that may make you feel a little bit imbalanced, especially when it comes to your power, but they are supporting you. It's only fair because you've supported them in the past, especially when it comes to family union, family gathering, family celebration. There is a lot of positivity changing, a lot of transformations, a lot of inner transformations that are working in your favor. Okay, Gemini? So the situation at hand when it comes to Geminis for July 2018 is you holding on to your power, you hoarding your power out of fear and worry, okay? The obstacle and the aid to this is judgment, all right? You're afraid that you're being judged when it comes to the power that you're putting out or the power that you're holding on to. So that judgment is going to be the obstacle and the aid when it comes to that power hoarding and kind of that greed, you know, being judged by other people, being judged by a relationship or a friendship, or any type of situation, any type of relationship. Being that judgment is what's hindering your ability to not be so greedy and not hold on to your power, but it's also helping because you kind of need that judgment in order to tell you what's right or what's wrong, because subconsciously, Gemini, you have something missing within the home and family. So that judgment is probably coming from the home and family, and it's because something's missing there. You're thinking about an earth sign, okay? Ooh, I know what's going on. But you've created this. You've worked hard. And that earth sign, that Queen of Pentacles, admires that, but is also putting a lot of that judgment when it comes to calling you greedy, saying, hey, Gemini, you're holding on to your power, but you should be letting your power out, okay? And subconsciously, you know that emotionally something is missing within the home and family, and you know that you have to move on from something emotionally, and that's what you're doing. And I think that's where the Queen of Pentacles is like, hey, you can't do that, and is judging you. They're like, you can't emotionally move on. You can't have your power. You can't hold on to your power when it comes to home and family. You have to divvy it out. You have to put it out. You've created this situation for yourself. You've worked so hard. They admire you, but there also is a lot of jealousy there, okay? Family and friends, they see that power that you've gained. They've seen what you've been holding on to, and they're asking you to share the wealth. They're asking you to put it out there. You can do that. Like I said, the more you give, especially when it comes to the King of Cups and the King of Wands, the more power you give out, the more emotional power you're going to gain back, okay? And the more power you're able to give out, the more emotional power you get back, and the more emotional power you can put out. So think of yourself as like a recycling can, a recycling bin. Power is being put into you, and you're transforming that power into emotional power and putting it out. Hope and fear is that alone time, that isolation, that solitude, that retreat into your dreams, into your memory, and into your subconscious, because there's a lot of inner conflict there that is really impeding on you, and it's really flowing out, and you're bleeding out in a way, but the blood isn't red, the blood is white. So I'm seeing, why am I seeing white blood? Maybe because it's like more of a spiritual, like, or maybe because the blood that you're bleeding out isn't nourished enough, it's not rich enough, it's kind of superficial, and that's where you're having a lot of instability and a lot of subconscious and emotional confusion and that inner conflict when it comes to your responsibilities. So you hope for that, but you fear it as well, okay? So Gemini, the last card is fun. So first step is to recognize that this Queen of Pentacles is somebody that you think about a lot. This earth sign, this person who's so focused on their finances, this person who wakes up early. I'm seeing like a rooster. This person is trying to wake you up, trying to get you woke, essentially. That's the first person you need to recognize has been hindering and giving you a lot of judgment, but that judgment is needed when it comes to your greed, when it comes to home and family. So that's going to allow you to have more fun, more emotional fun, and be more creative. And that's going to create a lot of changes and a lot of fight for freedom as well. that involves 4 other people, okay? 4 other people. Just have fun, Gemini. Just enjoy yourself. Don't be so focused on your finances this month. Don't be so focused on hoarding your finances and hoarding your power. Let it all flow. Let it all out and just let loose. Have fun. Shake it off, because then you're going to start to realize that you can move on in a positive way, and you're not going to be feeling like this, that isolation when it comes to being alone in bed. Okay, Gemini, that's really all I have for you guys. Like, have fun. That's really the advice for the month, is just to let go of all these constraints that people are putting on you, and to just let it flow out, and you'll start to really enjoy yourself. If you want a personalized reading, as always, please feel free to email me. My email address is below, beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. And please comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in August. Bye, Geminis.